Bonar is significantly transformed from what it was 2 years ago. We're a much tighter, customer-focused organisation today. We've been very active in portfolio management and dealing with legacy issues. Our sales and product mix have moved to higher margin specification type of sales. I really feel like some of the restructuring is really starting to take effect now. The GBUs of I&T, Civil Engineering and B&I have made very significant progress in 2016 from a margin perspective. As we said at the half year, CTT has had a difficult year. I really described it as hitting a speed bump as we shifted into growth mode, and what we found is there were some legacy issues in terms of capability and work process in that business. We've also had some challenges with some of the regulatory changes that have been imposed upon us, particularly from a raw material perspective. I mean, had we not had those problems and had a more, what I say, normal year for that business, we'd have been just a whisker below double-digit margins for the group. So really disappointed about how that's played out. That said, I think we've got a good handle on the issues, and we've now made the changes that I think we need to, and we'll see those margins return to more normalised levels as we go through 2017. As you transform a business, there's often quite a number of soft issues that have to be addressed as well. This year we've gone through a rebranding process for the Bonar Group. We've strengthened the corporate brand. We want people to understand what does Bonar stand for, what do we do. We've also focused on developing the premium brands that we have across the business, things like Bonar Pure, Inca Solutions, Colback, Adfil and so forth. So really that house of premium brands that makes up our group. We've also focused internally on driving a more unified culture. We've used this One Bonar program to bring things together. So today I think we've got a much more aligned organisation. People are very clear about what their objectives are. We've got a standard set of KPIs that we're using to measure progress with. So I think we've really got everybody now pulling in the same direction. And I think there's going to be real power in that for us. Well, technology differentiation, that could mean all number of things, couldn't it? But for Bonar, we've got a very clear plan. First of all, we're focused on leveraging our capability in new product development and application development. We've got a technology group that's looking at how our technology platforms evolve to make sure that we continue to stay ahead of the curve to maintain the competitive advantage and differentiation that we have from our competitors. In 2016 though, we also added a strategic marketing capability to drive innovation across the organisation. Now, we're looking at a number of new ventures that I think will eventually, or could eventually, lead to additional business units added to the portfolio, allowing us to exploit adjacent markets or adjacent technologies. Well, it is slightly higher than it was at the mid-year, but actually when you look at it year on year on a constant currency basis, we're actually a little lower on net debt than we were at the end of last year. I mean, we're going to continue to invest in the business. We're mindful of the fact that we've set out there that we're going to remain below 2 times, and we will, but we see great opportunities for the business, and as those opportunities come along, we think they add value, that they meet the corporate goals we've set for ourselves, then we're going to invest. We've done some hard yards the last couple of years transforming this business, and I think 2017 will be the year when it all comes together. Portfolio management, that will remain a hallmark of the approach that we've taken. CTT had a tough year in 2016, but I think we've got that back on track, and I would expect those margins to normalise as we go through the year. I&T, B&I, Civil Engineering, they've made really good progress in 2016. That will continue through 2017. We made a small acquisition for the B&I business on the west coast of the US at the start of this year. That's, I think, a small but significant add to our portfolio. So through the year, we're going to continue to focus on investments that add value and drive shareholder value for our investors.